Aniga Kinoa, my name is Morgan from Miss K Manga, and you've successfully purchased your orange juice carton from either my store or from your magazine subscription to Miss K's Mangazine. And today I'm going to take you through the steps on how to prepare this into the actual orange crate. You're going to need a pair of scissors, you're going to need a ruler, you're going to need a glue stick, and you're going to need something to press the fold lines with. There are a lot of fold lines that you'll need to follow, and you need something that's pointy but not sharp, so that when you scratch the paper you're not tearing it. And then you're also going to need something that's pretty firm. It shouldn't be made maybe out of plastic. Metal is best. Wood you can get away with. In a pinch, something like this piece from the nail clippers will do. You can use that as well. Just be careful that you're not scratching too hard. And yeah, so that's what you need. And once you have those things, you're ready to get started. Your first step is going to be to cut your orange carton out. And it's going to come to you in this stage. It comes folded up into 8.5 by 11, and you open it up and this fold here is already done for you, which is very, very nice. So you're just cutting along the fold, or the lines, just like you did in kindergarten. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just anywhere there's a thin orange line. These little spots here, they get cut just a little bit off the edges so that when he gets folded into a box, he's just got a little bit more room for all the paper that's going to be on the inside of him. And it's not a project that you have to be super careful with, but it is a project that when you're take a lot of care and time and effort to make nice straight cuts and nice straight fold lines, it makes the project look just really, really nice and tidy at the end of it. Super fetch. And I drew this fabulous little carton. He's based off of an object that I saw at an Indigo bookstore that I thought was really cool and got featured in Miss K's Mall Report Volume 1 as the feature cool object that I found in the mall. Each time I do a mall report, I look for a cool, interesting object, and then I put a Papercraft or some kind of activity sheet in the Miss K's magazine based off of it. So that's your first couple of cuts. I think this is all the cutting we have to do. So now you're going to take your ruler and you're going to see a bunch of dotted lines in your image, and you're also going to see them here. You can't see them on the camera too well, but when you have your printed version you'll know what I'm talking about. There should be a dotted line up here, and there should be a triangle in here and a triangle in here, and some lines going off the center tops of the triangle. So you're just going to take your ruler and your tool, and you're just going to press the dotted lines with your tool, and you're just going to go over them a couple of times. There'll be a bunch of them. And again, the more care you put into lining your ruler up really nicely, pressing your edges in really consistently, all this stuff will help the final product look like it was made by the most incredible artist in the entirety of the world. And the inspiration for this design was kind of focused on like, I don't know, like 60s style design, just kind of my favorite era. A lot of the stuff for my brand is made to look like it was made in the 60s. So I've got, just checking to make sure I've crimped those ones. I've crimped all of my long lines, and now I'm doing my triangles. And then after this step, we get to fold and glue our beautiful little carton of orange juice. This was a really fun project to make too, because it was really fun to learn how milk cartons are made. And this is basically, this is the actual size of a milk carton in Canada. And this is pretty much what they're made to look like. I'd like to recycle this design too. Okay, now I've got all of my edges have been crimped, so these tools are now done. We don't need them anymore. The only thing we need now is our handy dandy glue stick. So now we're going to get to folding. So your first fold is going to be this flap here. And this flap is, we're doing first because it's done a little bit different than the other ones. You're just gently lifting it where the fold line is supposed to be. You're not like in a hurry to have it folded because the paper is very stiff. And if you do that thing that kids do where you lift one side and you squish it all the way down, it's not going to fold straight. The paper is too stiff. So as I was saying, you want to be slowly lifting this fold up just a little bit at a time. And then once it starts to take its shape, then you can go in and start to flatten it. Here's your first one. Okay, and we're going to do this other big one in the middle. You're basically folding it in half. And same thing, you're going slowly. And as you slowly push down, you'll see that it wants to sort of fall into the shape, the pre-designated shape where you ran your tool across it. Here's another one. Not in a big rush, nice and slow. Here we go. Look at how cute that looks. Oh my God, what a cute looking carton of orange juice this is going to be. Okay, let's fold. Now you've got this. So now you want to fold this top down. That's like this. You can see it's starting to catch where the tool ran over it again. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. These ones on the bottom now come up. They're going to come up really easily. Especially if you put your fingers right where you know the fold is going to be. That helps to speed things along. But just don't be in a big rush, you know. Anything worth doing is worth doing well for the most part. This is going to get folded towards the colored edge. So it gets folded like this. Okay. Okay, now we've got our triangles, and our triangles get folded towards the colored edge, and you're just doing the spot where the triangles are. You're not pressing all the way down on these parts. You're just doing where the triangles meet these other folds. I'm going to do it here too. This one's a little bit more tricky. You have to angle the whole paper up, and then you'll see it kind of want to pop into place, just like the rest of the materials. You can see it here. There's our triangle there, right? I'm not doing all of this. I'm not doing all of that. Just the triangle. here. Okay, and then we are ready. We're ready to glue our whole project together. So we're going to start with this edge right here. Take your handy dandy glue stick and you make it nice and gluey. And stick it to this thing, and kind of want to try to line up your lines everywhere that you can before you press it down. Okay, so now you're starting to press down, so you've got to this stage. Now you're going to turn it over and you're going to press it from the inside, and that should keep it nice and straight. Look at that. That's looking so great already. Okay, these ones you don't have to glue. These ones you're just going to pop in. These two flaps here, you're going to glue. And you can do it which way. You can also just tuck them in like a regular, you know, cardboard box, but I'm going to glue mine. Okay. And you can put stuff inside of these if you want. This can be a little storage container that you open. So when you close it like this, set it down on its bottom, lift your hand in, and press down like so. So now you have this shape, and where your triangles are, you're going to put 2 fingers on either side of your triangles, right where it meets this top fold here. And you're going to let it collapse into the shape of a milk carton. Look at that. Oh my God. And once you get to this stage, you're going to glue this top part shut, or if you want to have an opening, you can have one side that's open and you can glue it shut like this instead. It's up to you. I'm going to close mine because I like the way it looks so neat and tidy. Okay. Just take your glue stick, and it's important to get pretty far down into the total flap, and you just have to do these 2 sides. You don't have to do any other pieces, but just make sure that you're getting lots in there. Down, squeeze it, and now you have a carton of orange juice. There it is. So that's how you put together your carton of orange juice that you would have purchased through the Miss K Manga brand. Thank you so much for joining me on this project, and if you want to see more projects like this, please join my Patreon at patreon.com/misskmanga, where you can vote on the theme of the upcoming projects. We might make more paper crafts like this, or we might do coloring book pages and all kinds of things, but if you want to see something specifically, you get to decide, you get to vote. So join us on that Patreon, and as always, support the brand by liking and subscribing if you can, following me on Instagram, everything like that. And a big thank you, a big chimigwich for everybody that supported me in this project. I will see you guys in the next one, and that's all for now. Bye bye.